Hello. In this section, we are going to learn first how to use reference data or lookup tables in a Stream Analytics input stream. Then, in the second video of the section, we are going to demonstrate how to configure output of a Stream Analytics job to Azure Data Lake Store. Then, in the final video of the section, we are going to demonstrate how to configure the output of a Stream Analytics job with Azure function using Azure Redis Cache. This section is named as Design and Managing Stream Analytics Job, and this lecture is used to demonstrate the utility to use reference data with Stream Analytics. In this video, we are going to discuss first how to get started to reference data stream as input to Stream Analytics. Then we would be discussing about the various configuration steps of using reference data with Azure Streaming. Then we would be watching a demo on how to configure a Stream Analytics job with reference data from blob storage. So let's get started. Reference data, which is also known as lookup table, is a finite data set and it is used to perform a lookup or to correlate with your data stream. To make use of reference data in your Azure Stream Analytics job, you will generally use a reference data join in your query. Stream Analytics uses Azure Blob Storage as a storage layer for reference data. And with Azure Data Factory, the reference data can be again transformed or copied to Azure Blob Storage. Reference data is modeled as a sequence of blobs that is being defined in the input configuration in ascending order of the date or time specified in the blob name. It only supports adding to the end of the sequence by using a date time greater than 1 specified by the last blob in the sequence. Stream Analytics has a limit of 100 MB per blob, but jobs can process even multiple reference blobs by using the path pattern property. In order to configure the reference data with Stream Analytics, so we need to make sure that the following property needs to be configured first while creating the reference data input like that. So we need to first configure the storage account, that we need to define the name of the storage account where your blobs are located. It may be in the same subscription as your Stream Analytics job, or it could be selected manually. You can define the storage account name, its location, its details manually. You need to also define the storage account key, that the secret key which is associated with your storage account. This gets automatically populated if the storage account is in the same subscription. You need to also define the container, that is a logical grouping for blobs stored in Azure Blob Service. Then you can define the path pattern, which is used to locate your blobs in the specified container. Within the path, you may choose to specify one or more instances with the following variables. Then you can define optionally the date format if you have used like date within the path pattern you specified. Also, optionally you can define the time format. Finally, you need to also define the event serialization format to make sure that your queries will work the way that you expect. Stream Analytics today, it needs to know that which serialization format you are going to use for your incoming data streams. Typically for reference data, the supported formats are known as the CSVs or either JSON. Now let's take a look on a quick demo that how to configure a Stream Analytics job with reference data from Azure Blob Storage. For the demonstration purpose, I already have configured a sample Stream Analytics job named as Vehicle Telemetry, under which in the job topology I have selected inputs, and once I have selected inputs, I have configured one of the input as the blob storage. Now for the demonstration purpose, let me quickly click on add, and once I click on add, I should be able to get the input alias. First I need to provide a friendly name that would be used in the job query to reference this input. So let me provide the input alias as blob input. The source type obviously I'm going to select as reference data. The import option I'm selecting use blob storage from current subscription, because in my current subscription I have few of the blob storage consists of the real-time data streams. So let me select a storage account accordingly. So I have selected a storage account. And once I select a corresponding storage account, it would automatically prompt for the storage account key and it would populate the storage account key. Then you can select a container. So you need to select the corresponding container accordingly. So I am selecting the container for the blob storage account. Then we need to define the path pattern. So path pattern, as I said, that file path which is used to locate your blobs within the specified container. Within this path, you may choose to specify one or more instances of the type like date, time, or periodically just update the reference data like products, date, time, / product list CSVs like that. So I'm going to select it as a type of date and time. And that's all. Any date format, it would be taken by default, but there is being multiple date format is available in year, month, day format or month, day, year format. So you can select accordingly. You can select also the time format. Then you choose to select the event serialization format, because just to make sure your queries work the way that you expect, Stream Analytics today it needs to know that which serialization format it's going to work. Like it can select JSON, CSVs or Avro type. And then it's encoding, which is again the UTF-8, the default format. So next we are going to click on create. So just to add the blob storage as a reference data stream with the Stream Analytics job. Now for the Stream Analytics job, I have already configured also a blob storage account as an input data stream. So here also we have configured the blob storage account name. That consists of the vehicle telemetry data in the CSV files, multiple CSV files, storage account key which has been populated, the container name, the path pattern, again the CSV file, the date, time format, the serialization format, because the data in the CSV files are in the CSV, so I have chosen here that the CSV as the event serialization format. That's the format that we can choose depending on the data type and the file type actually being present in the storage account. And since it is a CSV, so delimiter we can select as a comma, but there are also multiple options if it is like semicolon formatted, or if it is a space formatted or tab formatted. For example, instead of CSV you have a file in the format of TSVs or in the space or vertical bar, so you can select the corresponding delimiter type accordingly and you can save it, and optionally you can also test it with a sample data type. So this is how today we can configure the reference data with Azure Stream Analytics job with data from blob storage as an input data stream.